real quick, this is my alt channel, and my main channel is in danger every day of getting banned as a result of talking with these amazing people very candidly. So please do me a favor and subscribe down below. Helps me out a lot. Get the hell on it, doggone it.
Have you had any people, other drivers, say anything about your channel?
No. Not really. They're most of them are not even in the spectrum of like content creation because they only know racing. Or they're like 70. No, I shouldn't say that. They're like 50 or 45.
Okay. Okay.
So they're kind of out of they're just on the cusp of being out of the content creation game when it kind of started being a thing. Or they're like 18 or 19 and they are only interested in racing and becoming like the next superstar. That's pretty much
okay.
So there's no in between. But there are a few people like the TimCast car. There was people like fist bump me. They're like, dude, I love TimCast.
Absolutely, man. Tim's awesome, dude.
So
I mean, let me ask you this. So with the TimCast car, is he sponsoring that the whole season? What's the plan with that?
Yeah, thank God for Tim Pool. Yeah, he took the whole year. So he's covering the whole year in sponsorship. And I also have some other people coming on. Public Square is coming on board probably tomorrow or the next day.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they're already on board, but officially tomorrow or the next day. And then I have 2 more coming on board, and that'll be the end of it. And that should just get me to the end of the year, like right to the end of the year, and I'll be all right. And then next year, I've been talking with the team, talking with some people, and we're gonna make it big. We're gonna make it big next year, huge. So
it's gonna be. Now, are you old compared to some of the other drivers?
Oh yeah.
Really?
I'm 34, and most of them are like kids, like 18.
Oh
19.
God!
Like usually the kids that are driving for the big teams. There's a reason why they're driving, because they're just like the next big.
They're born into it,
right? Gotcha. And then there's the rest of us, and it's anywhere from like 20 to like 40. And then there's
a definitive hierarchy. I mean, there's the silver spoons in the mouths. So
of course, yeah, of course. And then of course there's like the old guys, and there's some real old guys that you wouldn't
really.
I'm surprised. Like at Talladega and Daytona, there's some older guys that run that race, and they do pretty good. You know, you don't. To be fair, all you gotta do is hold that sumbitch down and go at Talladega. Sure. So yeah, but it's been pretty interesting. But last week we were at Kansas, and I had a fast car, and we'll pull up. I had some really cool, really cool. I put this up to maybe, where is it at? Did I upload this to my computer? I think I did actually. Videos. Yeah. All right. So this is probably muted though. Let me pull that up. Oh God, Jesus, it's not. All right, hold on. Scared the hell out of me. All right, here's the wide version. All right, cool. Yes, this has no audio, so this will be perfect because it's gonna be loud. It's just too damn loud. So some really cool footage here. But basically, what happened was the car was real fast in practice. I think I was 2 seconds faster than all my teammates on my team per lap. So we were solid. We were doing good. And I was real excited. And then the first run came, and we had a tire issue, and it just freaking ruined every damn thing because the tire, something was wrong with the tire, and like a tire defect we learned later. And the car setup was like completely off. Like I went to the corner and the car would not corner. It was really tight, meaning it was just trying to push through the middle of the corner. And the car was set up to be loose from practice because I like to drive in a loose race car. And I went 3 laps down in the first run because I just couldn't do anything. I was running like 2.5 seconds slower than I was in practice. So I was like, well, this is some bullshit. We went and changed tires. There's a really bad vibration. We changed tires. And the most exciting part of the race for me was beating the pace car off pit road, like every lap. It was like Days of Thunder in that one scene where he's like trying to beat the pace car, and he like beats it off every time. That's what I was doing. I was like, woo, and I just floor it out of the pits every time. I wasn't even asking anybody if I can go. As soon as the jack dropped, I blared out the pit road. And I was like, man, I definitely am speeding. But I wasn't. He said you got really close, but you didn't speed. I'm like, man, I felt like I was speeding. But anyways, so and we got the tire issue fixed, and they took a big swing at it and made the car real loose because we were trying to fix a problem that didn't exist. And we were way faster in the second run, and I gained a couple spots, got my lap back, one of my laps back, but there was just not enough time to do anything. If we would have been that way from the start, I'd have finished 9th. But that's just the luck of the draw, man. Sometimes Charlotte, we're gonna be real fast. We've been talking with the team about some special stuff. But we got some really cool footage. This is such a beautiful car. And it was faster than hell. Beautiful car. Look at that. Look how beautiful that is. It's just sharp, man. It's just a sharp ass car. It looks fast. And I look kind of jacked right there. I don't know why. I'm not jacked. I'm like fat looking. It's weird. But in that one video, I'm like, damn, I look freaking jacked. What happened? My photographer, I told him, I'm like, when you get shots of me, make sure I don't look fat. And he's like, all right, I got you. So he's got a special lens, the non-fat lens. So what is like a 15 millimeter? So it sucks everything.
They're going to sell a lot of the non-fat lenses from what I'm seeing from people.
Yeah, dude. It's like that. There was like this post online where they were making fun of this dude for having a fat head, and it was because the lens length, it's like 15 millimeter all the way to like 80, and it like makes your head, it brings like the back of your head up, so it makes you have like a giant basketball head. So I'm like, yeah, use the small lens for everything, bro. Don't make me look fat, motherfucker. So, but we had some really cool footage, and the car, you can tell the car is pushing like a freaking brick in some of these shots. But we were fast. We were real fast in practice. I was freaking pumped. I was like, man, we're going to go ham as hell. This is going to be awesome. And then that first run just killed it. It killed it. On TV, I pointed at my logo so hard and during driver introduction. That's where I was beating the pace car out right here. Just blaring that shit.
That's funny.
This guy in front of me finished like 6th. And I was just as fast as him in practice. So I was really pumped. And then it just didn't work out. It was very sad. But we still finished 16th. It was a solid finish. And I moved up to 11th in points.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, but dude, the race was freaking wild. As soon as I've never raced a mile and a half, and I have this weird dumb thing that I do where I can't turn off the throttle in my brain. So I just floor it into the corner. If I'm racing at a track where I know you can kind of handle it, the car can handle it. I don't do this thing where I work up to something. I just go out, warm my tires up, and I fly into turn 1 and turn 3, just blaring ass like every time. And it was funny because the guys on my team, awesome dudes, they practiced all day the day before for hours, and I didn't, because it was like a private test, and I wasn't signed up for it initially. But then I did practice Saturday, and I went out, and on my like second lap, I was 2 seconds faster because I don't know how to turn it off, man. I just floor that son bitch.
Do you get there 2 days ahead of the race, or typically?
Yeah, I haven't used. Steph says all gas, no brakes. Yeah, I haven't used brakes in like 3 races, man. So you don't need them at most tracks.
Who was your favorite driver growing up?
Oh, bro, you're gonna hate me. I was a big Jeff Gordon fan.
Jeff Gordon,
love that son bitch. And then after, when I was in my mid-20s, I became a Earnhardt Jr. fan and a Gordon fan, and then I became a Blaney fan after everybody retired.
I took Earnhardt Jr. diving.
Diving, really?
Yeah. Many years ago, Panama City, Florida. I was working down there, and a good friend of mine brought him out on my boat and took him out diving.
That's pretty cool.
Took him and Val Kilmer.
Val Kilmer? Wow.
Man. Funniest thing I saw, man. Val Kilmer came on my boat, and I didn't recognize him. He had like long hair, this bushy beard, and we take him out, just put him on some like reefs and let him, grab some lobsters and do a little bit of spear fishing.
Grab that lobster.
And then it kind of dawned on me who the dude was. Then afterwards we get back and they want to go out for some drinks and, go back to the hotel, get cleaned up. And they sent a driver to come pick me up. We go to this bar. It's Panama City. That's kind of where I grew up at. We go to this bar down on the beach. And I remember, like, before we got out of the car, Val Kilmer poured a line of booger sugar about that long on the dash of the car.
Dude.
I'm not joking, dude. I'm not joking. It must have been a foot long. And I was like, all right, okay, gotcha. And then when everything started to climb with Val Kilmer, I'm like, I got it.
Yeah, that makes sense. No, they got to do it, man. It's to especially in entertainment, it seems like you have to find something that keeps you at 100 always, because if you fall behind energy wise, you start to suffer. Yeah. I'm dying every day. I'm dying. I'm like, please, Monster, give me a little bit of juice. And it doesn't really do anything for me anymore. I take pre-workout, like when I start driving somewhere long distance, I'm like dying every day. And so I could understand. I mean, I could never do it because you can't do that as a professional, like in the sport.
Yeah.
You'll be like, they're like, you're banned forever. And obviously,
do they drug test in driving?
Oh yeah.
Oh, they do. Okay,
Yeah,
I wasn't sure.
It's like monthly random. So yeah, but I mean, I would never do that shit anyway because that's most I've ever done is drink.
Yeah,
I ate an edible for like 2 years ago and it tripped me out. So I don't do them anymore. I don't do that.
I never thought about that. I mean, when I was in the Navy, obviously they drug tests and stuff like that. I think growing up, everybody around where I lived, I lived like south of Dothan, like right on the state line, right? And everybody around there was Bill Elliott fans. I don't know if it's because he drove the Budweiser car and everybody drank Budweiser and they just like naturally, and that's probably because there wasn't a natural light car, or I don't think there was a natural light car, but everybody was like a Bill Elliott fan. And then I remember, I don't know, this is about 95, 96. I was stationed on a submarine in Georgia, and they had this like guest cruise where they bring some VIPs on, and they brought 38 Special with Ted Nugent.
Oh,
and they brought Richard Petty, and they came on board and we took them out. We went out to sea. They spent the night. We dove, they played submarine games for a day. Ted Nugent put on a big concert on the mess decks, and Richard Petty was just the coolest dude, man. And ever since then, I was like a Richard Petty fan. And then right after that, he retired,
Rip. That's pretty cool, man. That's very interesting. Very interesting.